really wanted to play like 2 sports in college ever since I was 10. I read these books called, I think it was Chip Hilton series, and it was by like Coach Claire B, and I have no idea like how those happened to come in my hands. And so I read them, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to do sports.
You know, when I first got here at USC, you obviously see student athletes around and strike up conversations with them, and you know, Eddy kind of always sort of drifted towards myself.
I grew up in Orange County, and they had like youth club teams or whatnot, and like my dad signed my brother and I both up, and I was like, oh cool, I'm playing lacrosse, and I played boys lacrosse for like a year or 2.
Obviously, you know, she was recruited here for soccer, so really wasn't ever an issue until we moved forward, and she, you know, really began to think seriously about playing.
Ali called me, and he was like, hey, like you can play, we'll work out the deal with the lacrosse coach, and me and your dad and yourself can sit down and we'll rewrite your contract. And I was like, okay, awesome.
You know, a lot of things translate for lacrosse, and sports certainly carry over. And you know, first and foremost, being athletic and being fast is something you can't teach. You know, she's a leader, and you know, she's a captain for soccer, and you know, I think for us being, you know, such a young team and having not one person that's ever played a Division I lacrosse game before, that experience in soccer is really going to help just in terms of team chemistry and that sort of morale of going through a season.
I think going off of my minimal knowledge of lacrosse, it's like gives me this unique perspective on the team. I've been talking to some of the girls, and I'm like, guys, like if we believe, we can do it. Like I don't know lacrosse, but I know sports, and I know sports, and if you have a belief, any team can win, and every single game like has a life of its own.
I think our girls have been very, you know, have embraced her, and have, you know, as a defensive unit, those 6 other players are trying to help her, you know, and talking to her more. I mean, it's really refreshing as a coach to see someone pick something up so quickly, and lacrosse is that kind of sport, and that's why it's so exciting, and that's why we were so you know, happy and willing to you know, accept her onto this team.
And I'm probably by far the worst player on the team. And honestly though, that's my favorite place to be, because when I'm on the worst player on the team, it's like the best chance to improve, and I'm like, I love being like that because I can see the people I'm trying to catch up to every single day. I want to help the team contribute as much as possible. If I can figure out how to catch and throw a ball, hopefully I'll be on the field playing. That's my, I mean, I want to play, and yeah, I want to play.